I think we're live. I totally think it's possible. And I totally just realized I probably don't have any water. Damn it. So you get to listen to the sound of dribbling water for the first little bit here. Oh man, life is not easy. It just keeps getting harder. Let's see if we can get this thing loaded up. Says, no, not ready. Let's try reloading it. Oh, today's breakfast. So good, it could be a felony, or it could be 32 felonies. You never know. Brought to you by some sort of a shaving company. Let's find out.
We are going to compare the
Groomy
with the Groomy Baltic Pro.
All right, well, that's plenty of Groomy there. Thanks, Groomy, for sponsoring my breakfast. It's when we're getting started here, let's bring up the monitor on the old kitchen TV so we can see what's happening. Sometimes Felonious Breakfasts gets people lively in the chat, so you just never know. You just never can tell. All right. Well, last things first. First things. Guilty. Oh, guilty of breakfast. That's all I'm guilty of. Guilty. Can you? I try not to get political on my my channel, but like, I swear to it, it's like, how do you like? I guess I'm all for it. I'm happy. And this is the reason why. That means we can start arresting these other fucking criminals. How nervous do you think any of the other former people in charge are right now? It's like there were some actual crimes that went down, and like, holy shit. Like, do you suppose I'm not going to name names, but do you suppose the former president that actually had the child of an American citizen murdered, suppose he could be brought up on charges for that? I wonder if he could. Because there was an American who was a bad guy, and they killed him, and then they killed that guy's kid. That's a real thing. That actually happened. I wonder if he could be prosecuted for that now. Huh. I guess we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, there's been some sexual allegations against former presidents. I wonder if that guy can go to jail for rape. Just like, whoa, dude. Like, you ever heard of the saying of cutting your nose off to spite your face? It's just like, Jesus. I mean, they got to be some of the dumbest dummies. By the way, if you actually made a comment, which I read, it didn't show up in chat. Your comment's being censored by the by the people who don't want your comment to be out there. I don't know, whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy on YouTube making breakfast. There's nothing I can do about any of it. It just leads me to believe that there's actually nobody in charge. It's just like, nobody was like, oh, by the way, bad idea. Like, oh, God. Because I had a similar thing. I know memory's hard. And remembering stuff's bad. But there was a similar situation as far as, like, an individual running for president a few years ago that was potentially could be prosecuted for wrongdoing because they broke the law. And they came out and they made an announcement. They basically, this is my understanding of how that announcement went. They said, well, yeah, no, this person definitely broke the law, but it wouldn't be reasonable to try to prosecute a person while they're running for president of the United States, because that would make it look exactly the way it looks. So we're just not going to do that. And there's a lot of angry people, and I was a little upset. And there was chants of lock. There's a gender specific term, but lock them up, I guess, because we're not calling anybody out here. There was mad people, but at the end of the day, I think the people that wanted that person locked up kind of were like, yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't be like, a fucking banana republic, third world dictatorship, and we shouldn't do that. well, we shouldn't, and we didn't, and now we do. So that's good times. I'm trying to think what I heard. Over $50 million raised in 24 hours. It's just like, okay. Whatever. I can't do anything about any of it. You know, the state that I live in doesn't support or vote or do any of that stupid fucking idiot shit. So like, I just can't do anything about it. You know, for the most part, the people I'm around aren't dipshits and don't do dipshit stuff. But like, man, there are some people in some states that make some decisions, don't they? I just feel like maybe everybody's just huffing the propaganda just a little too hard, you know, just like, ugh. It's like, what was someone saying the other day? By somebody, it was maybe me. It was like, a few years ago, everybody's worried about their pussy getting grabbed. Remember, there was a evil man out grabbing pussies. Well, now in 2024, nobody's grabbing your pussy. You're out selling your pussy so you can afford fucking groceries, dude. That's what you're doing. You're trying to get people to pay to grab your pussy so you could have some fucking extra money. It's like, remember the good old days when you just had to worry about someone grabbing it? Now you have to sell the fucking thing, you know? It's just like, what is happening? This shit's crazy, dude. We're living in crazy land. It's like, there's a guy I watch. He starts he's from New Zealand. I watch him every day. Well, not every day. He doesn't post every day, but he has long form videos. I watch him whenever he posts one. He just looks at the crazy part of the world. He'll go down rabbit holes of conspiracy theories that are completely fucking ridiculous, but I just find it interesting to watch. Just put it on in the background. He doesn't show his face. He talks about weird news articles over. But he has a pre-cut intro, and it talks about living in the clown world. It's like, yeah, we definitely live in the clown world. Honk, honk. Just like, Jesus Christ. Alright, so we're making some juice today. And yeah, I lost power. My clocks are flashing. Maybe we'll get around to setting that. But my watch ran out of battery, so I can't do that. What do we got here? We got some raspberry. Let's call it raspberry, but it's rasp with a P. It makes juice when you reconstitute it. So it's more than 100% juice right now. It's powerful juice. All right, we're gonna have to put in 3 cans. Here we go. Raspberry. Oh, how about I reposition? So yeah, whatever. It's just woo. I'm trying to think what was another funny one I heard. Like, people are like, oh well, thank God the adults are in charge, and someone started like listing all the fucking crazy shit that adults do, and it's like, just because an adult's in charge, come on now, like, the guy selling fentanyl that's overdosing people, that's probably an adult. Like, you don't want the adults necessarily to be in charge just because they're quote-unquote adults. Like, come on, let's be real. The axe murderer, he's an adult. Everybody needs to calm down with the adults being in charge. I don't know. I don't know what to say about any of it. I mean, I guess you can get some good deals on some stuff from people who are just fucking destitute and they have to sell their shit, so that's positive. Jesus Christ. Frothy. Might overcook that in the old froth department. A little cascading, yeah, that's fun. I gotta put another can of juice in there, or water in there, so don't let me forget. Alright, so today's plan because these are so good that it might be a felony. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's the chat. Finally showed up. Guilty! We're going to use these. We got these these corn taco tortillas. We're going to do some scrambled eggs in the old stainless steel silicone handled for your protection. Riveted, by the way, because nothing says riveted like rivets. And then we're going to cook some bacons, and we're going to put bacons and eggs in the tortillas. Doesn't that sound fun? Oh, let's put the foam tempered out. Let's add that water. Whilst I'm not forgetting. Whatever. Guilty. Oop, spilling water. Guilty of spilling water. I give it a little bit of a blend to try to check the list of things off the list of things that need to be checked. What do we got for a cup today? We have a word on our cup. Yeah, let's go with the know thyself stuff. Used to have a label over there, but they didn't pay for the top dollar on that label. The Know Thy Stuff label, they paid top dollar for. So it's been a while since I made juice. You got to always remember that the juice container was designed by an individual that was trying to reduce American productivity by making everything spill when you pour it. So it's fun. So therefore, we must place the juice catching towel down before we attempt the introduction of the pour. Here we go. Wish me the best of luck. Oh, I'm getting good. Improved. Status improved. Ooh, that's raspberry. Just commit. Commit! Full send. I think that ras... Pour with intent. What were the jury instructions on my pour? It doesn't matter. Just make sure he's in trouble. That's the pour instructions. Whatever. God almighty. I just shake my head and think, what in the literal? So yeah, still didn't get the sugar put in the sugar bowl. So now we're putting the sugar in here because the sugar's pouring out somehow from the bag. The bag's got a hole in it somehow. That's fun. I keep looking at my sugar bowl container and he keep on myself. I need to clean that thing. Like, it's been a while. It's just every once in a while you got to give it the old. That's why I don't want to put sugar in there. I was like, well, this whole bag of sugar is going to be gone before I get around to clean that sugar container. There's something fun about the magic of a paper bag of sugar. And rolling it back out. It reminds me of a sack lunch, you know? Like having a little sack lunch. And then I got the little, yeah, see? Plus it makes it harder for the ants to get in there with that little barrier. See? Offensive barrier! Whatever. Okay, let's put that half and half back. Had a little flashback to video gaming, offensive barrier. It's one of the jobs I have is running a skill called barrier, which is a defensive skill, but when I put heals on people, it makes them stronger offensively, so it's an offensive barrier. Anywhoosies, so there I was. Scrambled eggs, bacon tacos. I I don't know what inspired me to try to pull this maneuver off, but I can tell you that I cleaned the cast iron this morning by turning the cast iron burner to high, and then I proceeded to go to the restroom, and then had my phone with me and just got into watching the internet. And the next thing I know, I was like, smell like something burning down in my house. And yeah, no, that was fucking just warm. That got warm. Yep. Big gulp, son. Well, see you later. No one was harmed in the burning down of my house via the griddle fucking sanitation process. Alright, what do we have today, kids? The Felony's bacon. This is the brown sugar. I'm gonna go with no comment on the Felonious bacon being called brown sugar, but sometimes sugar is brown, so that's how that worked. Okay. I think what other amazing things. I did a live stream yesterday and I told some stories. I don't know if I told them all though. I did decide in the live stream by proclaiming I was going to go buy a new guitar. And I had better thoughts on that. I decided to go ahead and not do that. What a case though. Ooh, yeah, no, that's not even close to warm enough, is it? That went from a bajillion degrees hot to room temperature, apparently. We're going to try to do our, whatever you call them, our tortillas. We're going to do our tortillas over there. Oh, surely we could come up with a better... Yeah, I about said something that I'm not going to say. So I'm just going to not say it, because I just think that sometimes you're better off not saying it. I got bacon fingers, though, so I need to do a little bacon finger rinse. There was no planning on the flavor of bacon for the Felonious bacon flavor felony breakfast special. Apache helicopter. I'm gonna put that bacon back in the freezer for consumption at a later date. Now, there's an awful lot of no cooking going on right now, which has kind of got me a little baffled. I feel as though that should be cooking more. You know what I realized? I don't know if you guys realize this either. It's extremely dark in here today, and I just realized I don't have my studio lights running. In fact, I don't even have studio lights in the kitchen except for one. Oh, good. Let there be light. Does that make a difference? Off. On. The other cabinet studio light. Power that up. Bam. Oh, Jeremy. There you are, bud. I'm starting to wonder. There was an internet rumor that you got hit in the head by a golf ball and you weren't able to be on the internet anymore. Thank God the internet rumors were false. I gotta get a light. Oh, please. Alright. Oh, yeah. We'll buff those scratches out later. Normally I have the lights ready to go before. In case you don't know, I run a couple of these in the old kitchen studio. Got the cell phone holder here to hold the power brick. Extends up, it just snaps right in there. See, keeps the cord off the ground so the vacuum cleaner doesn't eat the cords. Isn't that nice? And yeah, normally I just leave them in the kitchen. I just have lights in my kitchen because, like, how else would you live life without having a smaller than average kitchen with fucking extra lights and shit sitting in it? There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. right. So, I mean, Jeremy, do you want to address those internet rumors that you were hit in the head by a golf ball and you have were not able to participate on the internet? Is that here? This is the microphone. Do you have any comment? No comment. Okay. I've seen a person get hit with a golf ball. That shit was crazy. It was a tee off to the leg from not very far away too. It was fucking nuts. Just bam, right in the lady's leg. And it looked like it hurt. So I generally don't stand in front of a person teeing off. But this lady didn't know about that rule. She stood right there and just got teed off into. I mean, it wasn't a great shot. You know, it wasn't like he was aiming for her. He mishit the ball, which tends to happen when you're trying to get better at golf. All right, so I think I told the story about my guilty getting kicked off the game for calling himself a name. That was funny. So he was back. We were playing. And he was in the middle of saying something and his comms broke out. And everyone's like, oh no, he got kicked again. And our guild master was all on. And he just repeated the word that got him in trouble probably 75 times in a row. And he's like, see, you don't get kicked for saying that word. It's like, well, that's true. He didn't say he typed it. Whatever. I just get kind of excited for bacon egg tacos. Some of this super high quality IGA brand. Have you ever had the IGA? Is that a gas station? I don't even know what IGA is, but that is a flavor there. May or may not have got that from a bin. Still tastes good though. Peppers are peppers. Vinegar is vinegar. What are they putting in here? Let's look at the ingredients. Oh, these peppers are aged peppers. They're not normal ones. Distilled vinegar, water, salt, and then, yeah. So it's just peppers and vinegar. Brought to you by IGA. I was kind of looking forward to Jeremy asking me if I got any new tools this week. I'll be honest with you, I've been thinking about that since, I bought all those tools this week. But kind of not all my dreams can come true. So yeah, I got some new tools this week. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was picking up the garage yesterday, and I even found stuff that I forgot I even got just from the other day. Ended up giving them some like brand new set punches. Like one of them was a long one. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Wait. For some reason, IGA, it sounds like a gas station, but I don't. International Grocery Association or something? I don't know. It says Louisiana. So yeah, I got a couple set punches because, well, my tripod head was loose, and I was like, oh, this is like pressure fit. I need to like tap that pressure fit back in. So I opened my punch drawer, looked at my punch drawer, I was like, oh yeah, I just got two brand new punches. One's like real long and skinny for like sliding into a lineup, and the other one was like just a heavy duty punch, brand new. I mean, a couple little spots of rust on them just because they're so old. Grocery store, yeah. I mean, yeah, IGA. Is it still around though? Is it still a thing? Or is that why I paid 50 cents because it's not a thing anymore? I'm not going to look at the expiration date on that. Because in my world, peppers can't expire with vinegar poured around them, can they? Yeah, there's not even an expiration date on this thing. They just said, oh wait, I lied, right here. Yep, we're not going to read that expiration date. It's still within a decade of good. So I got this weird bacon milk going around the corner there. I don't know what that's all about. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And then when I was picking up on the workbench, I found another file that I didn't even know I had. It was a small triangle file, not original in the package. So there's another file in there. That's cool. Very excited about that. There's a whole container this big by this, divided clamshell opening storage container. Nothing but anchors. Like, boop. Anchors, like drill a hole in a piece of concrete, slip an anchor in, anchor bolts. Independent Grocers Association, located on Higgins Road in Chicago, Illinois. Oh, Higgins. What did I say? International Grocers Association? Independent Grocers Association. Well, whatever. It tastes like gas station hot sauce. I mean, whatever. It's the, well, when you're in the Biden economy, you have to eat hot sauce from the Trump economy. You know what I mean? You bought it when it was cheap during Trump, and you have to eat it during Biden's. That's how it works, kids. Let's shut this water off real quick. Chain store. Well, on today's episode of What the HDH H and H is at IGA, Professor Toeshifter with visiting Professor S.C. Grandma have determined the answer to what an IGA is. Okay. Well, we're going to cook some eggs here. I think I'm going to get rid of that fork. I don't know, something about raw meat fork kind of freaks me out. Is this cooked enough for it not to be a raw meat fork anymore? Is that official? Are we officially past the raw meat fork stage of the bacon? Why am I filming the front of the, yeah. So yeah, good times. Just nothing but good times. So that's the scaffolding I got. There was like some pipes on the scaffolding that were like kind of like homemade. Looked like someone was trying to make a safety rail, because I think it used to have another rail on it. And the lady I bought that from, I bought scaffolding from her in the past. It was missing a part, and like this lady's been looking for this part for like, I don't know, half a year or something. She's still looking for it. She's like, I don't know what it is about you and scaffolding. It's always missing stuff, and we gotta figure this out. And I was like, oh yeah, I could probably make something, you know, blah blah blah. She's like, well, there's pipes here. Find some pipes. So I found some pipes. I was like, well, here's some pipes that are long enough. Maybe I could bend some pipes on the sides or something. Then we find a pipe bender. I was like, well, I'll take the pipe bender too. Well, the pipe bender's not big enough. It's a half-inch pipe bender. I need a 3/4 inch. So that's kind of bummed me out a little bit. I got a conduit reamer made by Klein, a really nice tool. I found it in the drawer. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, I don't know what the hell that is. And I was like, well, now I got something to do. Now I got something to do this afternoon. I got to figure out what the hell this tool is. Yeah, no, that's the real thing. I do that. I'll go to a garage sale and I'll buy something because I don't know what the hell it is, just so I can spend the next however many hours trying to figure out what in the holy hell that thing is. I do shit like that. I don't know why. That is like a pastime for me. Is just trying to figure out what something is. It's pretty fun for me. Okay. I feel like that bacon is getting close. I don't like it too crispy. what else is amazing in the world? Oh, I got a good one for you. So, I had a buddy stop by the other day to check out my new guitar setup situation. He was jamming away, enjoying his jam time. And he started jamming so hard on my SC Special Dirty Mustard, he broke one of my strings. He was playing it so hard, which, whatever, you know, shit happens. That guitar needs work anyway, so I needed to have an excuse to take all the strings off it so I could work on the frets. So I was like, well, I do have a set of strings laying around. I don't know how many decades they are old, but they're super old strings. But not open, so this should be fine. Ernie Ball, Super Slinkies, or whatever. And I was like, well, maybe I ought to just get some new strings. Like, how much do strings cost? In the era of felony former presidents, how much do strings cost? Well, they cost more than they used to because that's the world we live in now, right? I'm just gonna maybe cool that off for a second. So I'm like digging around the internet looking for strings. So I Google like, oh hey, what guitar strings, you know? And the answer is, well, get the ones that you like. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, well I don't know the answer to that, so that's why I'm on the internet looking. And it's like, oh, it's personal preference, it's what you like, and how you like to play, and blah blah blah, and blue blah blah. And like, it's like, well, how come when it comes to guitar strings, there's not just an answer of which strings to get, it's all this, but everything else there's an answer for. Oh, that's the worst, get that's the best. So like, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just get the same goddamn strings that came on the guitars because they work. I mean, I'm not playing those guitars thinking to myself, man, these strings don't work. So I looked that up, and those Harley Bentons come with Diodarios, whatever, 10s, decent strings. So I'm looking that up, like, what does a Diodario string cost, and this and that, and can you get like most things in life, when you buy one, it costs more than if you buy 2 or 3. And it's like, what kind of multi-packs do they come in, and this and that, and you know, my next question is like, do guitar strings expire? You know, if I buy 5 strings, do I have to use the strings in so many weeks, or they're going to turn the expiration date on the strings is going to expire, and I'm going to have problems, or like, you know, I don't know how any of this works. And the answer is like, somehow magically, yeah, they expire, but like some expire faster than others, and then some others less. And it's like, are the strings in a sealed container, or are they in a paper container? You know, if they're in a paper, they'll expire. By expire, that means the metal that was in the earth for millions of years, or however long it was in there before it was turned to a string, somehow gets old. Whatever, I don't even understand. And some people are like, no, I've had strings forever, just don't let them get like in a bag of water or whatever, they'll get rusty. Or I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I don't even understand. So then I'm trying to figure out like where to buy them from, and like all of a sudden this thing pops up on the old interwebs there for Guitar Center, which I think there's a Guitar Center up the road from me. Well, actually, I know there's got to be one. And it was like Diodario strings, 10 to 40, whatever, 46, exactly what I'm looking for. 12 pack? I'm like, 12 pack? Like, Jesus Christ, what do I do with 12 sets of strings? Normally, I don't know, some stupid amount of money on, or discounted because you get a 12 pack, but that discounted 12 pack was like 40% off. I was like, what? Ended up being like $3 a set of strings. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm buying 12 goddamn sets of strings because Normally they're like $6. It was like half price or something. It was just some, and like, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, can't take it with you, even though you may not have it to go along the journey. You can't take it with you. So I buy 12 fucking strings. I might be giving strings away for Christmas. If anybody knows, anybody that needs a guitar string, I might be able to get you an early Christmas present. I got 12 sets of fucking strings. Anyways, I'm just like, I just did it. It's like, ah, god damn it, just do it. Move on with your life. Don't worry. Don't even think about it, dude. Like, whatever. So all of a sudden I get like tracks like, your strings are coming tomorrow. It's like, whoa, tomorrow? Like, god damn. That's faster than Harley Benton ships guitars from Germany. You know, definitely faster than Amazon can deliver a fucking package. I mean, that's not even in question. And it's like, okay, cool, man. I'll take my next day delivery of guitar strings. Like, how are they doing this shit? It's like, well, it's coming from the town north of me. I was like, oh yeah, there must be one of those guitar centers up there. They must have just like had them in the store and just like, oh, dude south of me an hour wants guitar strings. I guess we're just gonna put them in a box and ship them to him. So that's what they did. They just took the strings and they put them in a box and they shipped them to me. And they came the next day. Anyways, so I'm like, when I'm expecting a package or whatever, something you do all day is you watch your package. Oh, expect delivery soon, blah, blah, blah. And like, it was like, out for delivery. Yay, it's out for delivery. Things are looking up. Expect it by 5:30. Well, 5:30 comes and guess what I don't have? I don't have a package. It's like, oh, that's never good. The old 5:30 is come and gone and still no package. Well, it got updated. Well, sir, expect it before 7:30. I'm like, well, all right, 7:30. Let's go, 7:30. 7:28 comes, and I'm thinking, oh, man, getting pretty close to 7:30. Typically, if you made it to 7:28 and still don't have your package, 7:30 isn't looking good. That's just been my experience in life. And I've experienced oh yeah, sorry, your package was out for delivery. We just decided not to deliver your package today, so maybe tomorrow. I've experienced that before. It's just like, Jesus. I mean, I'm not a package delivery person, and there may be nuances that I don't fully understand. But, whatever. So I'm like, oh, dude. And I kind of heard some noise out front. I'm like, I wonder if that was the package guy. I kind of looked, nothing. I'm standing in the driveway. It's like, well, no individual walked up my driveway with a goddamn package, so like that wasn't them. And then I checked the thing again, and it said package delivered at 7:29. And I'm like, huh. I'm standing in my driveway where my packages get delivered to the door. No package. And I'm kind of like, I wonder if you put it by the lower garage. So I kind of walk around the corner and see lower garage, and I see the UPS truck come flying down the gravel road out towards the main street. And I was like, oh, dude. Guy just delivered it to the neighbors, dude. He just delivered my package to the neighbor's house. Alright, that's gonna be fun. Because like I don't have a package and no package in the lower garage. I'm just like, whatever. He kind of leaves, he goes around the corner, and then he parks. And I'm like, huh. Dude's just parked there. He's just sitting there. Well, I just wait for him to hop out of the truck, and then I was just gonna yell at him like, hey dude, what's up? And he never comes out. The truck's just sitting there, So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go over and have a chat. So I walk across the street, down the road, around the corner to where the dude's parked. And I was like, yo, says you just delivered my package. But, like, I don't know where it is. Like, and he was like, oh, what house? And I was like, right there. And he said the number of the house. I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, no, it's by your door. And I was like, I was standing at the door when it said you delivered it, and there's no, I didn't see it. He's like, oh, I delivered it to the front. And I was like, what? You walked through my seeded grass yard that I just fucking watered? I got posty things up. I don't have a line across because but I've got reflector things along the curb indicating there's a thing going on. I just watered it, so it's mud, and the grass is like this, and you walk through that up the hill, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that was new grass. And I was like, okay, well, thanks, man. I'm not going to sit there and just start fucking screaming at a dude for fucking walking through my fucking yard. But, apparently, that's not apparently obvious to somebody. and I'm not going to talk, I mean, I already said it's a guy, it was a man, and I'm not going to talk about what part of the world his ancestry came from, but I could tell you this, his ancestry is not my ancestry, different parts of the world completely, and I don't know if that bears on whether you could identify grass growing, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure there's grass where he comes from, his family, his lineage, but who knows? Maybe it's the, maybe it comes from that part where there's not a lot of rainfall and the ancestors never identified the ability to see fresh grass. I truly don't know, but I was just like, I forgot to salt this shit. Damn it. I'll just salt pepper over. I was just blown away. But it was a new guy, it wasn't my regular guy, and it's just like, dude, come on. Now, oddly enough, I had a package delivered like a week or so ago that I had to sign for. And that individual just happened to be a person I went to high school with, oddly enough. I think I already talked about this. I was pretty sure I knew who I was talking to, and they're like, do you recognize me? And I was like, yeah. And then halfway through the conversation, it dawned on me that maybe I don't know who I'm talking to. Anyways, at that point, the grass hadn't even popped out of the ground yet, right? That was still like pre-emergent grass. And this was a female. And her lineage was of such that would be from a similar part of the world that my lineage comes from, if that makes any sense. And she stood in the dirt and she instantly goes, oh shit, you're grass seed. I shouldn't stand there. And I was like, well, it's just dirt at this point, it wasn't muddy. But that individual was able to identify the fact that a potential emergent grass seed situation was happening, therefore they should not be standing in that area all on their own. They were able to identify that. So I don't know if that's a real thing or not, as far as like individuals' abilities to recognize these things. But yeah, dude, just stomped like. And I went and looked, and they were like, I think he slipped, so there was like a foot slide. It's just like, between him and the deer are out just like tap dancing in my fucking yard, like literally just tap dancing. They're just like, fuck yo yard, don't, just out there just stomping holes in it and shit. It's just like, dude, what is happening? Kind of crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was fresh grass, and you had reflector barriers up to stop people from fucking going in your fresh grass. I didn't realize that. And I get it. Like I think at 7 o'clock he was done delivering packages because I think that's how it works. So it was like deliver some shit, but like. I mean, I was kind of like, my stuff usually comes early in the day, and if it doesn't show up, it means they're busy. So I was kind of like keeping myself in the position to like see if the dude showed up at 5:30 when he was like, and then all of a sudden it's like, after 5:30 I was like, oh, I ain't coming today. So I didn't even get in a position to like try to, I like to meet the guy like, hey, I'll grab it, do a handoff type thing. Whatever. What other fun stuff's happening? Woke up yesterday to the click of like all my shit flickering once, just like off on, like, oh, that's fun. Like off on, power to the house, and then because how else would it be? My internet went out too, because like if the power goes out, you don't have any more internet. So I'm like, oh man, the internet's out. Well, let's make sure that I'll do a power cycle, make sure nothing. Get on the phone, use the data. Is the internet out where I live? Nope, internet's good where you live. I'm like, oh. This is from the internet provider's website. Nope, you're good there. I was like, well, it doesn't feel good. It feels like it's out. Very much. It feels the opposite of on. It feels off. So I get the phone, I make the phone call the company, get the computer. Let's troubleshoot. It's like, well, here's the deal, computer. I was alive before the internet, and I was pretty much an adult when the internet was invented and widely available, or a young adult. I kind of understand the whole how to make the internet work, as long as the internet's coming to the place where I'm trying to make it work. So, thanks for the offer, computer, but I've already tried all the things that a handicapped person would try, because that's just what you would try. Can I talk to a human, please? Oh, okay. You want to talk to a human? Okay. Hold, please. And while it's holding on a phone call where I've already prompted in, I don't have internet. Press 1 if you don't have internet access. Okay. While on hold, the computer gives me some suggestions. If you want, you can go to virtual chat. Go to www. We are so stupid that we don't even understand what we're telling you right now because you've pressed 1 for no internet.com. It's like your computer's telling me to go use the internet, and I'm calling you to let you know I don't have internet, and I've already prompted in I don't have internet. Why would you tell me to go use the internet? Like, oh my, how unaware of a company could you possibly be? I felt insulted that the computer for the company told me to go check on the internet when you're calling. I don't have internet. You know what I mean? When I had the guy on the phone, I mentioned this to him. I was like, I don't want to harsh you too bad, but like, are you guys aware of this? That like your fucking mindless computer that people don't ever want to deal with is suggesting that we go have virtual chat. Are you aware of this? And he's like, yeah, this is kind of weird, huh? And I was like, yeah, you think? And then to top it all, I got an email the day before. It's like, oh hey, we're the shitty internet company that you pay money to every month. We decided we're going to charge you $5 more because we want $5 more out of you. And it's like, well, last time you did that, you raised me $5, you raised everything up on me, and then I just went back and asked, is my old plan still available? And you told me, yeah, and you put me back on my old plan, back at $5 less. So like, do I have to do this thing again? Yeah, I'm going to have to call them. Well, if you don't do, like, what am I have to do? Right now I pay with a credit card because I can get a percentage back. Well, I got to get rid of my credit card. I got to go direct to a bank, and I can save $5. I told the guys, like, dude, we got fiber optic competition coming in, and they told me 3 months. I can't wait to cancel. I cannot wait to cancel, you goddamn idiot. It just makes me so mad. Like, they are such a shit company. Such shit. So anyways, I even got to the part that makes me so mad about the whole thing. So, like, the guy's like, well, let me take a look. See if you got internet at your house. I was like, well, yeah, no, definitely take a look to see if I have internet, because I would love nothing more for you to tell me, sorry, sir, you have internet, and just don't know how to do internet. He starts checking, yeah, no, looks like you don't have internet there. I'm like, yeah, well, thanks for the confirmation. He's like, yeah, no, it looks like some of your neighbors aren't having internet either, huh? I was like, weird. So what you're saying is there's no internet in my area. Yeah. And I was like, kind of strange, because I went on your website and the website said, we have internet in my area, no problems. And he's like, yeah, no. He's like, it doesn't look like anyone's called to report the outage yet. And I was like, oh, I see. Someone has to report the outage. Gotcha. I was like, so when you were fiddly-faddling around on your computer there, you were able to determine with some computer strokes who did and did not have internet access. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I wonder how hard it'd be to write a piece of code that when whatever the hell you're looking at has those values, it would automatically trip a message to someone to go fix that shit. I wonder how hard that would be, as opposed to making me call you and say, hey, you, check your shit to see if it's fucking broken, you fucking worthless bags of shit. You think you could pay, I don't know, a programmer to write you a program? He's like, well, we got one of those. I was like, oh my God, it's even worse. You already have the program, but yet it doesn't work? Huh, weird. Imagine that. Your company paying somebody to write a program and it doesn't work. Huh, strange. Well, it takes some time, he said. It takes some time. And I was like, well, I would think it would take about 0 seconds for a program like that to take time, because it would just be like, all systems good, all systems good, all systems good, all systems good. Uh-oh, we have a problem. Bing! Send the text message to the text pocket, tech checks, look at a thing. Yeah, no, that was my life the other day. God almighty. All right, here we go. Bacon, egg, taco with gas station assumed hot sauce. That's pretty good. I mean, whatever. I would just think, if you're going to live in the current year and take advantage of the current year's technologies, it'd just be nice if you just go ahead and use those technologies. Well, yeah, no, I agree. It needs cheese. The one thing about needing cheese, it requires something. You know what that magic ingredient is? It requires cheese. Unfortunately, my giant bag of shredded cheese got used a couple weeks ago making pizzas. I might have some sliced cheese. I might have some cheddar, but cheddar, I can't put cheddar on bacon, egg nachos, can I? I mean, I know I have cheddar. Not cheddar. What am I saying? Swiss. I got a few slices of Swiss cheese left, but Swiss on tacos, I don't know. I mean, I know the Swiss are neutral. For some reason, I think I might start a war if I start putting Swiss cheese on egg tacos. It's just a little too much. So that was a fun way to start my my Saturday, you know. And I don't use internet all day long, but I do use the internet quite a bit in the beginning of my day. Like in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, I kind of need the internet to work. That's just, you know. And like the guy was helping me was like, he was cool. He's like, oh, I get it, dude. That's no good. And I was just like, well, how? I mean, I don't write code, but I'm pretty like, whatever. Oh, you actually wanted that to work? Oh, sorry. Thanks for calling. Like, here's where I'm coming from. You ready? My personal opinion on that situation is that company, they should be compensating me for doing their work for them. Because no one at the company identified the problem. No one in the company took any progressive steps to solve the problem. No one in the company did anything. No one that's employed by that company, no one that runs software, nothing. Nothing happened until I did the work. I identified a problem, I made contact, I explained the problem, I made sure that the person that was an employee there looked into the problem, and I made sure the person that was employed there made the corrective actions to solve the problem. That's what I did. But all I get from that company is they want $5 more out of me. It's kind of like bagging your own groceries. It's just like, dude, I don't work for you goddamn people. Like, like what the holy hell? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and bag your... Like, what happens if I sprain my wrist bagging my groceries? Am I covered? Do I get workers' comp? Yeah, Swiss cheese might be weird. If I injure my wrist by scanning groceries, am I covered by an insurance policy? At all? If I tweak my elbow, is there a policy to cover me as a unpaid employee of the corporation? How does that work? Because I wouldn't. That's not a. I'm not just shopping. I'm actually doing work then. Well, I know the answer. The answer is no. You're not covered. You plebe. It's just like, God almighty. They get away with this shit too. That's the crazy part. Yeah, no, I got an idea. Like, can you imagine? Like, fast forward the rewind clock to, like, I don't know, the 80s. They're sitting around the board. How can we cut costs? It's 1981. Why don't we have the customers do the work that we pay employees to do? Could you imagine the laugh they would get? Good one, Dave. Yeah. Good one, Dave. Dave's like, well, I'll show you fuckers. I mean, I swear it's like, I'm trying to like, Sam's Club does it. It's like, oh, You want a discounted price? Then do this. I don't even know what the hell it is. Pay with your phone? Or, I'm just like, dude, what the hell? I talked to management there. I was like, you know what I want to do when I see a thing that says, hey, here's the price, or do some stupid shit that you don't want to do for a discount. You know what makes you want to do? It makes you never want to shop here again. That's like my solution. It's like, oh, you have a. It's like, hey, lab monkey, jump through this fucking hoop for a discount. You know what makes you want to do? It makes you. I don't want a discount. I don't want to give you any money. I want to go shop someplace else where there's none of this fucking circus. Oh, hey, do a job for free and get a discount. I was like, it makes you want to order from Temu. That's what it makes you want to do. Can I tell that story? Like Amazon. Straight up called Amazon to their face. I was like, I'm just gonna buy my shit from Temu, and they gave me my money back. Straight up. They sent me a piece of shit. They told me if I didn't, they said I could return it. And I was like, dude, it's damaged. They sent damaged. They sent it damaged. It didn't get damaged in shipping. It didn't get damaged when I opened it. It was damaged from this factory, and they shipped it. And now you want me to do work to return garbage that was shipped to me. Why don't you just take a shit in a bag, send it to me, charge me for it, then say, if you want your money back, you're going to have to take that bag of shit, put it in a box, and ship it back to us. And I said, I ain't going to do it. I just told them, I ain't doing it. Fuck you. I'm not sending you your shit back. You want to send me some shit, I'm going to put your shit in the garbage can. If you want, you can come to my garbage can and get your shit back. Fuck you. I straight up told them that. And I said, Temu just gave me my money back. And they didn't even send shit. They just forgot to send something. That's all Temu did. Actually, I take that back. They sent the wrong size. It was grommets. They sent a small grommet, 2 medium grommets, and no large grommets. And I just was like, hey, I want some large grommets. And they're like, you know what? Just take all your money back. They gave me all my money back on the machine and all the grommets, which was like, I don't know, 40-something fucking bucks. And then I bought more grommets for like $5. Problem solved. I'm trying to think what I heard the other day someone was talking about. Has to do with the guiltiness of the current mainstream news story. And they were like, don't get violent, don't do violence, nothing good's gonna happen. But you can drive 5 miles an hour slower if you live in New York City and just fucking fuck all the traffic up. And you can also, like, if you go to buy something and it ships from New York or any of that shit, you just be like, nope, not doing that. And then got even nasty. Was like, oh, you could buy a bunch of shit from people from New York and then just, if they have free returns, just buy it and return it. Just to send a message that you don't think that the way that New York is running their shit is appropriate to the the collective whole. When I started thinking about that, I was like, man, that's kind of nasty. Buying shit that's got free returns just to fucking fuck with them. Whatever. I would never do that. Although I have thought long and hard about, you could do a lot of unboxing videos. You just return everything you bought. I think eventually they put you on a list, though, don't they? If you buy too much shit, return it all. Whatever. I don't know how anything works anymore. I'm just eating egg tacos live on the internet. What, does it get any better? I chose this mug specifically for this weekend. Well, it turns out you don't have internet. Like, oh yeah. Made me feel good that I was able to identify the problem, right? Without without certification. I was able to diagnose the no internet situation without proper certs. I did not have official certification to understand how to identify that. Whatever. I started looking into the competition's internet. They're a bunch of criminals too, it looks like. They're like, you get a year of like decently priced, and then you get like, I don't know, another year of like a little bit more expensive, and then after that it's expensive. And the other thing I'm trying to figure out is like, there was a section, are you a student? And if you click, yeah, I'm a student, you get like a discount for like, there's like an activation fee of like $75 or some shit. So I don't know, I might have to look in to see what the definition of a student is. Sometimes companies are real particular about the qualifications to be considered a student. Now, a pro tip that I've used in the past, especially when it comes to purchasing products from the Apple Corporation, direct from Apple. When I bought my first computer back in 2008, no, 3, I just graduated from college. And I went to buy my computer and they had a student discount. I'm like, God damn, I just graduated college. How did I get the student discount? So I talked to the person on the phone. I was like, I just graduated, but I'm going to grad school. I said, I'm applying for grad school. And they're like, oh, college discount. And they gave me the discount, saved me hundreds of dollars. I was like, yes. 10 years later, went to buy my second computer. I was like, God damn it. I need that student discount. Called up to order it. I said, going back to school, need a computer, discount. They didn't ask for any sort of, let me see your papers or nothing. I just said, hey man, I'm going back to school and I need a computer. And they gave me the discount. So we're going to see if that works with the old MetroNet. Now technically, and truthfully, I am currently taking online guitar lessons. I am a student taking guitar lessons, so it would not be untruthful of me to say that I am a student using the internet. So we might go with that. Right? Somehow I don't feel bad telling a goddamn evil internet company that I'm a student. So yeah, starting next month, before the end of next month, I have to call and like make new arrangements for billing. Otherwise, they're going to charge me $5. It's like, is it worth $5? I think it's 3 months until I can get the other company, so it's going to be $15. It'll cost me to do nothing, or I have to deal with them goddamn sons of bitches again. Anger intensifies. All right. Well, I think my hour's up. Sorry, I just shut the cabinets. Can't peek this week. That rhymed. All right. Well, that was fun. What are you gonna do in life? I don't think it's gonna get any better. I don't think it's gonna get any better. If we're lucky, it won't get worse. But I don't think it's gonna get any better. Peace. Stay safe. Have a good week. Until next time. If you caught it live, thanks for tuning in. If you were in the chat, thanks for chatting. If you missed the chat and the live, you watch the re-upload. That's almost as much fun. If you missed it all, you'll never know. Later.